We have all seen regular scrunchies like this, but I found myself never really wearing them just because they're just maybe a little bit too much of a statement for me. So I just kept resorting back to just like regular old hair ties, but then that's when I crocheted the caterpillar scrunchie. And what this is 2 different colors of mohair, 1 row around of all single crochets, scrunched together, but like really packed together. The second I finished this, I was in love. Like, there was nothing that I didn't love about this. I actually named him Jeffrey. This is Jeffrey the caterpillar. My comment section named the purple one Jessie. Today I'm going to be using the colors white and yellow. For the other ones, I used yellow and blue, which gave me this green. And for this one, I used a lavender, purple, and white. All you will need to make this is a 3.25mm hook, 2 colors of mohair. You really don't need that much. I'm not sure of the exact amount. And a nice and stretchy hair tie. This is the brand of hair ties that I use. So right here we have all of our materials, and we're just gonna apply the 2 different mohairs together. This weight of yarn is lace weight, so it's very, very fine. So I'm gonna grab the 2 ends here, just line them up. And then I'm gonna grab my hair tie here, and then I'm gonna pull up a loop. So I'm just gonna grab the yarn here and then pull it up here. So if you're more comfortable, you can literally just tie a knot by pulling your yarn through and then tying it on. That's definitely an option if you want to do that. But the way I like to do it is just pull up a loop like this. And I'm gonna hold my yarn right here, and then I'm just gonna chain 1. This is also optional, but I am going to crochet over these ends just by laying them right here, and then I'm just gonna do a single crochet. So I'm gonna place my hook underneath the hair tie and then yarn over, and then just do a regular single crochet like that. And then I am going to do a whole bunch of single crochets, and then eventually you will keep crocheting, single crocheting, until those ends have disappeared. I've probably done about 15 single crochets right here, and it looks very flat compared to the final product. The final product does look a lot thicker because what we're gonna do is we're gonna fit as many single crochets on here as physically possible. So just go ahead and keep making your single crochets around the hair tie until you have reached the very end. So once you've reached the end like this is not the end, because what you're going to do is you're going to just move the stitches down, and you can really squish the stitches and compact them into one space, and that is what gets the thickness and makes it look like a fuzzy caterpillar. Like, that's what gives it that texture, is really like scrunching it together. And also, the more stitches you're able to pack on to the hair tie, the less you're going to be able to see the hair tie when you stretch it out. Like, say you're about to put it in your hair and you stretch it out like this, you see it's not scrunched down on this side, and you can see so much of the hair tie, and it just doesn't have a pleasant look. Whereas on this side, I'm stretching it out and there's a lot more coverage on this side. So I'm just gonna keep moving my stitches down, scrunching them over. And if you're having any trouble with pushing your stitches down, all I'm doing is pinching the very end of where I did my last stitch and just holding on to the other side and then pulling. So I'm taking this hand and I'm pulling this while I hold on to this, and it helps me scrunch it down. So right now I'm about halfway done, and I'm just going to keep repeating that process until I reach the very end, when it gets a little bit harder for me to push my stitches down. So when you get to this end part, you're just going to keep repeating that same process, but it's just going to be like a little bit tighter. So you're probably going to do just a couple stitches, move it down, and then do just a couple more stitches, move it down again. Because the goal is for the very end to also look as thick and fuzzy as this. But if you kind of just like do the stitches and then connect it just like that, it's gonna look a little bit more sparse at the very end. So you want to make sure at the very end here you're continuing to pack as many stitches as you can, just like you did for the rest of the scrunchie. So we're gonna keep doing this until we can't anymore, but when you're scrunching it out, try not to force it too hard. Like, try not to just absolutely pull it as hard as you can. Just like gently tug it and then keep doing your stitches. Push it back, gently tug it. But if you're gently tugging and it's like very much coming together, which I'll show you when I get there, then that's how you know that you are done. I am almost there. All right, so now I'm at the point that when I tug it, it kind of like forces itself back. Like it slowly moves its way back to this middle point. So I'm just gonna tug it one last time and do a few more single crochets that overlap each other a little bit, like just kind of blindly doing single crochets right there. And then after I do that, I am just going to find that very first stitch. It can be pretty approximate, you don't have to find the very first stitch, but like just get as close as you can to the very first one and then insert your hook in and then just do a regular slip stitch, chain one, and then you'll be able to cut your yarn right here and fasten off. And then I will fasten off, and then I'm gonna pull really nice and tight here. I'm just gonna take a darning needle to weave in this very last end. If you don't have a darning needle, that's okay. You can literally just take your hook and then like shove it through the stitches. Like you're not even gonna be able to see the end, but I don't even bother weaving it with the darning needle. I just kind of push it through wherever because it's so fuzzy that you're not even gonna be able to tell. Then I'll kind of pull it a little bit, let the string kind of hide itself in there. And then there you have it. That is exactly how you can crochet your very own caterpillar scrunchie. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you can drop them down in the comments. This is how it should look brand new, but if you're wondering what it looks like down the line, it will kind of dread up. Like the fibers will kind of come together like this. So this is what it looks like after months of use. Like I made this over the summertime. We're about to enter the Christmas season, so I feel like this is holding up really well. And in terms of keeping them clean, you can hand wash them with a delicate wash if you need to. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy your brand new caterpillar scrunchie.
Time I'ma hit the gas. Ride the bitch, we driving real fast in the GTP.